$40 million for a guy who really doesn't play, who hasn't been playing as much. He's been injury prone. And then like how much does so you got a core of what? Scotty Barnes, Jakob, Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a contending team? Do you ever see that becoming a real contending team?
I was thinking about it because he got 3 years, 120.
Yeah,
I was
Grady
thinking
did.
about it, and it was like, okay, no, it's not a contender team. But you wouldn't have had a contender team regardless. Because you got to think about it like this. When you first brought in Scotty, you had Scotty, who'd you have? OG, Pascal Siakam, Gary Trent, whatever. I think they end up losing to the Philly in the first round when they did make the playoffs, and they end up not making the playoffs. So I ended up flipping Siakam, Gary Trent, OG, and I end up getting Brandon Ingram in the grand scheme of things. Brandon Ingram, Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, Ochai Baji, Grady Dick. Who else they got? Like uh Jakob Pertl. My thing is, no, they're not a contending team, but at least now we get to really see what it looks like with Scotty Barnes and some of our other young pieces on a team that should at least be competitive. They should at least be play-in level next year. They've been kind of scrappy. We've talked about this earlier, like a couple weeks ago, how scrappy they was and the Blazers were. Eventually, you're gonna have to try to win. You can't try to suck all the time because we see that happen over and over again. If you all you learn how to do is be bad, you probably just go end up being bad. So you gonna have to try to win. I think Ingram, this is a good solid contract, but they'll be at least on level where they were before. And now we at least have some young pieces to see where we can shift and move and stuff like that. OG was going to be 30, Siakam going to be. At least we done got younger, and we'll probably be on the same level. That's how.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they have the pieces too. I think that they have a lot of solid pieces, good, players, role players, serviceable guys. It's like a matter of this is going to be a team where if everybody fills their role and plays right, they could actually be pretty decent and elevates. But at the same time, they're still like lacking some of the top tier star power to really, in my opinion, to really be true contenders. They have like a good, solid team foundation, but there's still probably more to be desired as far as star power. But this is also, yeah, like you said, a chance to see Scotty Barnes. How good are you?
That's the
How good
question
are
they
you?
really need to
Because a
answer.
lot of
Yeah.
people love talking up Scotty Barnes and putting him in conversations where I don't necessarily feel like he should be in right now, or stuff like that. So,
What do you see as Scotty Barnes ceiling?
Scotty Barnes to me is on a good year All NBA third team, and that's probably about it. That's probably his peak, in my opinion. That's just because that's still pretty good, top 15 player, I guess. But that year, but I don't know. I just think Scotty Barnes is cool, but he's never going to be a star that wins you a championship or you really truly build around. He's like a nice two. He's a very nice two. He's an all do it around role. He's a lesser kind of Tatum, in my opinion, kind of player. No offense.
Okay, I look it like that. My thing is, it's like bringing Brandon Ingram in. That'll make them a little bit more competitive for sure. We can see him lead those Pelicans teams to lower seeded playoff level teams. So I guess you raise your ceiling in that aspect. But my thing is, who's coming out that you think you was gonna be able to get? I think it doesn't matter how far or who they would have got. They would have been too good to land a number one or number two pick. I think because
Yeah.
I don't think they'll ever been as bad as Utah or Washington. And as
Mm-hmm.
long as you can hover within like the first 1 through 6 picks, I mean, you still got some kind of odds to land somebody good. Because
Yeah.
coming out this draft, it's like because I don't think Ingram coming back no time soon. So I still think they could get a solid pick now.
Yeah.
But it's like, who was you angling for if you wasn't gonna try to be better and bring somebody in? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know.
So you
They use the trade deadline to as their free agents basically to get them a star or a star-ish level player. So
So you didn't like them bringing in Ingram? You wouldn't have done it, basically? What you saying?
No, I'm cool with it. I just don't think it's gonna make them. I don't think it's gonna. I mean, I know you gotta eventually try to win at some point. I just don't think if this is like the move that you think is putting you over the top, you are sadly mistaken. So I hope that's not what they feel like.
I think what you are having an issue with is like building around Scotty Barnes, because you probably are just questioning Scotty Barnes' skill level. The only thing I'll say to you is that we got to wait and see. And I feel like this just gives us, you bring in a guy like Ingram, it'll give you just a better route to see what Scotty Barnes can do on a more competitive team. Because Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett, really, bro, I get it. Nobody's really RJ Barrett. Dude's averaging like 25 and 5. And he's going to be a third option now. That's pretty damn good in terms of value. And then you have Grady Dick, who's averaging like 16 points. Now he's going to be a 4 option. You got Ochai Agbaji. You got Emmanuel Quickly. The team ain't, I mean, it'll be competitive.
That's what I said.
Everybody ain't gonna win no championship. Look at the Pacers. They snuck into a goddamn Eastern Conference Finals with a team we thought was gonna be like, oh, this is like an 8-7 seed, you know?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, man. For some reason, Halliburton be getting all the credit for it.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I would never quit.